Hi everyone, Mr. D here, Classroom Kitchen. Today we're going to make a chicken and chorizo pie, one of my favourites, all-time favourites this. It's got lovely chorizo in there where the smokiness of the paprika really flavours that chicken. It really comes together. It's a real nice homely favourite. You can have it for your tea, you can have it for your lunch, whenever you want it. It tastes really good. So follow along with today's episode, with today's recipe. You can find the recipe on our Facebook page and follow us on here. I've got all the ingredients that you need, so you'll be able to see what comes next anyway. So first of all, I've got the pan on the heat. What I'm using today, I'm using some chicken thighs, but chicken breasts are perfectly good. You can dice them up, chop them up, and then they're going to go in the pan when that heats up. So get the pan on quite a high heat, a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of olive oil. So we're going to get that in the bottom of the pan so that the chicken doesn't stick. Whilst that's warming up, I'm going to start chopping up my chorizo a little bit. All I'm going to do, take the ends off. I'm just going to cut some nice slices off it. Okay, so really straightforward and easy. Nice little chunks like that. Okay, so what you're doing there is you're just using your claw method to do so today, and then that way you're keeping your fingers nice and safe. So all you need to do is tuck in your fingertips as you cut, and make sure you're using a nice sharp knife to slice through. The chorizo is quite tough, so it might need someone at home to help you do this. But get that chorizo chopped up nice and quickly. Because what we're going to do, we're going to put the chicken in for a couple of minutes, get that cooking. Then I'm going to throw the chorizo in and I'm going to let that start to cook because all the oil, so chorizo is quite fatty, which as in it's got quite a bit of oil in there. All that oil comes out of it and it's a lovely way to flavour your food, flavour your pie dish in this example. It comes together really nicely. If you like spice at home, you can put extra paprika in, extra chilli in, get some cumin in there if you want. Absolutely up to you, whatever the family likes. So that's the best way to do it, always cook to what the family likes. And you're getting the chorizo and you're getting the chicken in, you're getting all that protein in today's dish. There's a really good one for a nice part of a balanced diet. We've got some fruit and veg going in there too. We've got the pastry, type of carbohydrate. We might serve it with a little bit of mash as well. And we've got plenty of fats in there from the chorizo itself. And we've cooked it in a little bit of olive oil too. So all of that can go in there. So chop that up. Nice and easy. So chicken goes in first. Make sure your pan's nice and hot. And give that a mix round, okay? So straight away, get the spoon in, get it mixing just so it doesn't stick at any point. Get it coated in the oil. But don't worry about getting the oil all over the chicken. You want it to do that so it doesn't stick. And get it cooking straight away. What you're going to do, you're going to keep it mixing, you're going to keep it cooking for about 2 minutes. Okay, what that's going to do, that's going to help to start the cooking process. Remember, this is going in the oven as well. So you've got your pie dish at the ready, it will be going in the oven. So you want it to cook as well as it can in the pan, so you're looking for it to go a little bit white. Okay, that's going to show that the chicken is cooked. So keep it mixing, keep it on the heat. Turn the heat up if you need to, add a little bit of extra oil if it starts to stick. And get that on the go. Now straight away as that chicken's cooking now, I'm just going to throw a bit of extra seasoning in. I do like a little bit of paprika, a bit of cumin, a bit of chilli powder. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in now. So about a teaspoon in there now. I'm going to season as it goes along. So I'll put that on my chicken, as you can see like that. Just sprinkled it on the chicken. What I'm going to do is as I mix that round now, that's going to cook into it. Later on I'm going to sprinkle a bit more into the flavours that we made. Okay, so I'm going to season throughout the dish and not all at once. So I'll keep that mixing in. You can already smell the smokiness of the paprika really just cooking up. That's what I love about paprika. Lovely smoky flavour to it. Seasoning is really important in food because chicken itself doesn't have a super strong flavour that really stands out to you. Doesn't have something that makes you think, oh wow. It's about the seasonings and the flavours that go alongside it and that we cook with it in the dish. So side starts to cook off. You can put the lid on if you want to cook it that way. That traps the heat in and that's just going to cook it through a bit quicker. All we're going to do, as that's cooking now, before I get that chorizo in, I'm just going to start to chop up an onion. Okay, that's going to be the next thing that's going in there. So cut the top off, cut the bottom off the onion. I'd definitely probably get an adult to do this one for you. Quite dangerous with the onions because the layers, they slide. So I'm going to use my bridge method over the top, nice straight down the middle to cut that one. Take off that outer layer of onion, that's the harder bit, the crispy bit that you don't really want. Take that bit off. Take the other side off. Now I'm going to go for some chunkier pieces of onion today. I am going to dice it up, but I'm going to go for some chunkier pieces. So as I've done that, I'm just going to give that a second. Check on this. Good job of check then because it was starting to stick to the pan. So that's what you've got to do all the time. Keep checking it, keep mixing it. So a lot of that's cooking now. I'm going to get that chorizo in the mix too and you're going to see them flavours really come through. So I'll put that in there. Give that a mix through. The smell of chorizo when it cooks, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So let's chop up this onion. So I'm going to go for some dices, but keeping the diced pieces quite big. So I've gone for 3 slices. I'm going to go the opposite way. Chop them down. I'm going to do about 4 pieces across. So 3 times 4, got 12. So we've got 12 blocks of onion there that we've just chopped up. Do the same with the other one. 3. Going to go the other way. 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Obviously the last piece being 4. So all that onion, that'll be able to go in there too in a moment. But just give that a little minute just to start to get those flavours to mix through before you throw too much else in there. So I'll get those cooking. Let that chorizo really start to soften up, let the oil cook through and come out. Beautiful, get that in there. You can see that working as the chicken's cooking through. You can see those bits of chorizo in there starting to really flavour it. You can see the oil, the orange of the oil, the fat's cooking on it. All that flavour's really coming out. I've used some chicken thigh today. I just find that it just produces a much softer chicken. It's quite tasty, okay? So the chicken thigh, I find that quite tasty. Chicken breast is good, but that's a much firmer, when that cooks, that bit produces much firmer chunks. So it's however you want it in your pie. If you like it to melt and fall to pieces, maybe go with the chicken thigh instead of the chicken breast. Okay, so that's got my words jumbled up then, let me restart. Let's let that one, okay, to just steam for a second. Let's put the lid on it. Let's trap in the heat, let's let that cook through a little bit. I'm going to put those onions in a moment. I've got some mushrooms that I'm going to chop up into quarters. Got some pepper. I'm going to get the pepper in next with the onion because if you think about it, pepper's got really hard skin on it. So if we want it to soften up, we're going to have to get that in there pretty early on in the cooking process. So just going to chunk this up. So cut that across. Really easy to do. Nice chunks like that. Keeping everything quite chunky today. So when it all goes in there, it's quite chunky. Go the opposite way with that. Going to get some yellow pepper in there too. Get some red in, get some yellow in, get the colours in there. It's great to make your dishes look colourful. This pie in particular is quite colourful pie, quite Mediterranean style. Okay, it's got those nice Mediterranean flavours. Lovely summertime pie too. Goes great with this sunshine, with this nice weather that we've got. So let's chop that one up. Really easy. Let's chop it into some chunks. Like I said, this is one of my favourites. One of Mr. D's favourite recipes, this one. Put that one that way. what we'll do is we'll get those in there now, let that come out, beautiful. All the flavours in the bottom there now, I can see it all building up, mix that around. Oh, the smell's delicious. This is, honestly, if you have a go at this one, you will not be disappointed in the slightest. This is definitely worthwhile. Have a try of this. So we're going to get those, put that to one side, pop that there. I'm going to sweep all of this into the pan. With the onion, you've got two choices with the onion. You could have fried it off earlier on. You can get it in now though, and it'll just cook just the same as everything else. So you've got a couple of choices there with your onion. Your tomatoes, your mushroom, you're going to leave them till last. Why do you think you're going to leave those ones till last? Well, they're the softer ingredients, so they're not going to take as long to cook. Now, if we overcook stuff, it's just going to go a little bit soggy, isn't it, when we're trying to prep it. So those tomatoes, those mushrooms, probably put them in last thing just before they go in the pie dish. Okay, just because they're going to go in the oven for about 15-20 minutes after this, probably 20 minutes after this. So they're going to really cook down anyway in the oven. So at this stage, as you're cooking down your pie filling, you can get the oven preheated if you want. You can get that cooking. You're going to need some phyllo pastry for the top. That's what we're using. We're not putting a base in this pie. It's a summer pie. It's a lighter pie. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. We just tear up some phyllo, scrunch it up, we dot that about on the top of the pie, and it creates a lovely pastry layer for the top. Really healthy recipe. This. It's a very light pastry that you're putting on the top. You've got your chicken. But the unhealthiest part of it is the chorizo. Okay, because of the fattiness of it. But it's all about that flavour that comes through. Because that's such a minute part of it as well, that was such a little point, the rest of the dish really brings out the flavours, and you can't worry about little stuff like that. So cook it through for the flavour, get that cooking, turn up the heat if you have to, if you can get that on a little bit higher. It's all getting nice and hot. Get the lid on it if you want to build up the heat a bit quicker. Okay, but just remember you're building up some steam in there. So what we're going to do, chop these up into quarters. Quarters are 4 equal parts. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And do that with all the mushrooms. Get these ready for in a minute. What I've done here, I've got some chicken stock. That's what I'm just going to use to make a bit of a sauce for the pie in a moment. So if I'm doing quarters, the method I'm using, which method is this? Hand over the top, knife underneath, the bridge method. Okay, that's going to keep your fingers safe. So we chop over the top, chop underneath the bridge, just like that. I'm going to get some cherry tomatoes on the go. I'm going to cut these ones in half. So halves are how many equal pieces? 2 equal pieces for halves. So straight down the middle, chop them in half, just like that. Nice and easy. And like I said before, these are going to go in later on. These are going to go in at the end. So let's get what's cooked in the pan nice and soft. Let's get that started for the heat. Then that will be ready to go in the oven. We'll put these in last. Okay, we don't need these to go in too early, because they're just going to go soggy if we put them in too early. So if you're watching today on our Facebook page, if you're watching the video on there, get someone at home to give it a share. If you are watching on our YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Like our videos, comment, send us your photos if you do have a go at this recipe. It's great to show them on there on our Facebook. If you're on our Twitter, you can find us at ClassroomK, on Twitter. You can tweet us there and we'll give you a little retweet on your photographs and stuff like that. So find us wherever you want. Lots to do, lots of cooking, beautiful. It's great to get those different flavours in there. And it's really, this is a lovely summertime dish that we can really do here. So we're going to have a quick check on that. That's looking lovely. Things are starting to soften up. I'll show you how colourful, how beautiful this one is. Really coming through there. Okay, lots of different colours in it. Really tasty. Okay, so keep that cooking. Keep that cooking for a second. We're going to put in a little bit of rosemary. Okay, so about a teaspoon of rosemary. Sprinkle that in. Rosemary goes nicely with the chicken. Nice little herb there. A little bit extra paprika and a bit of I've done a pot bit of chilli in mine. Okay, so I've just mixed them together. So it's about half teaspoon of each. You don't want any chilli in there. Don't put any chilli in, obviously. I like a little bit of spice in my dishes, so I'm flavouring it to what I like. That's what's important about any of our dishes that you find on our classroom kitchen page. You can change those recipes to what you like to have. So get that cooking. That's really simmering now, that's coming down nicely. We've got some chicken stock which I'm going to show you what to do with this in a moment. I'm not going to put that in this dish. I'm going to keep this cooking separately. I'm going to put the lid back on for a second. So all I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to take that out, I'm going to spoon that into here. I'll tell you what I'll do now, I'll mix these through really quickly because I'm going to give it a quick minute in the pan. So I'll put these through really quick, get those tomatoes in, get those mushrooms in, get that all nice and hot. Give it a quick little stir, get that nice and hot like this. Get the lid back on, let that cook for about 30 seconds for a minute, and then what we're going to do, we're going to transfer it to this dish right here. Now when we get it to this dish, we're going to pour on some chicken stock. This, okay, is corn flour. So if you have a little look at that, it's a very light flour, it's great for making sauces, it's really good for thickening them up. If you make gravy at home, you might take, like, if you cooked a chicken in the oven or something like that, you may take the juices from that, mix it with a bit of this, and you make a lovely gravy. So you can use corn flour to thicken up your sauces, different things like that. Really tasty, great one to have in the house. That's what we're going to be making into our pie. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this through, I'm going to sprinkle that on, and when it goes into the oven, I'll give it a little mix through before I do so, but when it goes into the oven, that's going to cook through and that sauce will thicken up on its own as it's in there. Then when we serve it later on, we're going to have a nice thicker chicken sauce in there, okay, with the dish. It'll soak in all those flavours from the chorizo, all those paprika, the rosemary that we've already got in there. Beautifully flavoured this dish today, so really nice one to have. So what I'm going to do, take that off there now. So things can have a little bit longer, but they're going to get that time in the oven. So I'm going to get that oven preheated to about 180 to 200 degrees. This is going to probably take about 20 minutes in your oven, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So spoon as much of this stuff in as you can. Get it all in there. If you can get it all in, get it all in. What I might have to do is I might have to put this in, I might make a little pie in a minute. So what you can do, okay, and if you want to do this, you can get this, you can cook this, but then you can also freeze it. So if you want to dish this up, put this away to be frozen, then you can do so. What I might do is I might make a smaller pie, little pie in a second, and dish it up, okay, and put it away for the freezer. I'll get a couple more pieces of that chorizo in there, make sure you've got all the bits that you're liking. Save a little bit for later on. There we go, move that around. So we've got lots of flavour in there, lots in the dish, as you can see there. All we're going to do, I'm going to pour in a little bit of the stock. I've given that a mix up. I'm going to pour in a little bit of the stock. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it to about a third of the way up, okay? Third of the way, maybe about halfway. Cover that, okay, to about halfway in your dish. Give it a little stir. I'm going to sprinkle in some of the corn, what are we calling this? Some of the corn flour. Sprinkle that in there. I'm going to give this a good mix up now though. Sprinkle that in because that's going to thicken up in your sauce. Pour over a little bit more stock. So I was saying, just fill it to about halfway at first. Pour over a bit more stock. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top, but I am going to give this a quick mix through now with that corn flour. I can already see the sauce that I've put in there has already changed its colours. Okay, it's already gone to a nice reddy orange colour. All that juice has already started to filter through. I'll sprinkle in a little bit more corn flour and give it a quick mix. Don't worry, this will just cook through and smooth it out through the pie. Okay, so when it goes in the oven, give it a dish like that. Oh, you just want to check whilst you're doing this, you're just checking that all your ingredients are evenly mixed. You've not got a big lump of chicken or anything like that in one area. Make sure your tomatoes are mixed throughout. All of that. It's lovely and coated. Now it's almost all under the liquid. You don't want it to be completely submerged because it just won't thicken up enough. So all we're going to do now is take some phyllo pastry. This is really easy to do. Take the phyllo pastry, take the sheets. You can rip them up, you can turn them up if you want. Completely up to you how you want to do it. But take a bit at a time, scrunch it up a little bit, place that on the top like that. It's like you're covering it with tissue paper. Easy as that. So just do a piece at a time, get that on there. It makes a lovely light crust for your dish. Get that on there, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Pop that on there. Really easy to do. Get all the sheets on, cover it all the way over. As you can see on there that we're doing that now. We're nearly there. Got a third of it left to cover up. What we can finish it off with, we can either get a little bit of egg whisked up or a little bit of milk, something like that. And then if you just want to get a pastry brush, dab it across the top. All that's going to do is it's just going to give it that little bit of brown. Okay, so that when it cooks, it goes that little bit browner. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to very tactically make sure I leave a couple of holes, okay, in the pastry top, because what I don't want it to do is to trap it in and make all that liquid bubble and crack the top. So we're just making sure we maybe left a little gap in the middle, little gap at the edge maybe, just so that it covers it lovely like that. All I'm going to probably do is, like I said, give that little coat with some like pastry brush over the top, a little bit of milk, something like that, just so it browns off when you put it in the oven. Oven on at 180 degrees, 200 degrees, leave that on there, leave it in for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, keep your eye on the top till it goes nice and brown, don't let it burn. Your inside's already pretty much cooked, so it's not going to take that long to really heat through. But do it on a 180, so it's a lower heat temperature, so it cooks all the way through the middle. Okay, but thank you very much. What I'll do, in 2 seconds it will clip to the end, okay, and you'll see it coming out of the oven. Okay, so you can have a little see what it looks like and how it comes out. And then what we'll do, if you can find us on Facebook, give us a share, give us a like, find our YouTube channel, things like that. But thank you very much. We'll see you in 2 seconds. What will happen is the next video will come straight across. So thank you very much. Here we are, final product. Lovely chicken pie. Dig deep right into that. Got a nice, lovely chicken pie on there. Enjoy. Have a go at this one at home, guys. You can see under there. I'm going to pull a bit of that up for you. Have a go at this one at home. It's a delicious pie. Really tasty. Loads of flavour in there. Have a go. Enjoy it. And dig in. Send us your photos if you do have a go. Really tasty one to try.